Buenos nachos and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we have a very special treat for you. A customer brought one of these in and it's in desperate need of a new battery. Now, one interesting factoid about these Capcom CPS-2 cartridges is that Capcom set these cartridges to self-delete if the battery is not replaced or if it loses the charge on the battery. Needless to say, there's a bit of urgency in replacing this battery, especially since it hasn't been done before. So without further ado, let's open it up. In order to open this up, we're going to have to loosen these tabs. So you kind of just pry one side and you pry the other. And they pop out just like that. And you do the same on the other side. Alright, and the next thing we need to do is use our spatula, and you're going to want to just gently pry a little bit. And what you're doing is you're separating the top portion from the bottom. And there we have it. We'll go ahead and set this to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and open this guy up. And best I can tell, it doesn't look like the battery has been replaced. That's pretty scary. So we'll first begin by getting our Torx bit. I believe it to be the Torx 20, but I'll have to take a look and see. Yes, that is correct, T20. Now, I believe you're going to have 4 of these. Going to be underneath these warranty stickers. Alright, so that one's done. And now we need this one right over here. I just like these warranty stickers. They are trouble. So we've removed 3 and we have 1 final screw left. You have a notch on this side over here. From what I remember, you can kind of just pry up on this side. And there you have it. And you of course have these 3 covers. You want to set those to the side. And there it is. There's the PCB. We're going to take it out, see what we need to replace. So we're going to need to replace this battery right here. Before we begin, let's go ahead and see what the readings are on this battery to see how much energy or life it has left. Go ahead and get in DC mode, 3.68 volts. I guess it's not too bad. And we'll be replacing the battery with one of these. It's an LS14250. You can see that right here. Zoom in for you. So there you have it. And now the scary moment. This is when we remove the battery and bad things can happen. So right now our polarity is positive on the left-hand side if we have it this way. So first, let's go ahead and desolder our battery. We'll go ahead and add some new solder to this joint and we'll add some flux to it. Same for this one here. It'll just make it easier to pull this out. Alright, let's go ahead and pull this out one leg at a time. Okay, we have one, and now we have the other. Okay, now the board is operating with no power. So there are a couple of different ways we can do this. First, we'll go ahead and try and solder some capacitor legs onto the battery. So we have some right there. Of course, I will get my soldering station going. This is going to take some time up. Get some flux on there. Now, I've not had too much success with doing this in the past, but we'll see if this time is different. I have a feeling it's not going to happen, though. Yeah. Solder is going on the lead just fine, but not on the battery. Well, let's go ahead and get this flux off. I have an idea. We're going to go ahead and use this guy right here. It is a tack welder, mini spot welder, and what I will do is I will place one of my pre-cut pieces of metal on there, because I just so happen to have that laying around, and we'll go ahead and turn this thing on, have it at the lowest power setting, and we'll go ahead and have you see that right here. And you're going to want to try and tack down right exactly in the center. There you go. You may have to do that a few times to make sure you get a good joint. There you have it. And of course this will not come off very easily anyway. Now let's go ahead and do this side over here. And you don't need any flux or anything. These will just tack right on without a problem. And that's that. Now let's go ahead and solder our leads now that we have a surface we can work with. So we'll add a little bit of flux, add a little bit of solder. And we'll go ahead and put one of these legs on. And let's go ahead and get this other side installed. Add some flux. Get our solder on here. probably welded this a little too much, I think. That's why we're not getting a very good surface. That'll do. So now we have our battery here. It's all ready to go. And you'll want to bear in mind that your positive was on this side over here. So I pulled it off in the same orientation that I did prior. So we can go ahead and get one leg in. And let's go ahead and try and run this other one through. Okay, and that's how it is. You're going to want to make it sit a little bit more flush than that. It looks like it's coming along. This isn't the greatest though. Oh, the leg has come loose. Okay, then I guess it didn't solder on too well onto that leg. That's not great. That's it. I don't lose. Capcom, it's over for you. Alright, looks like I have infinite time, and I just so happen to have this fancy battery holder and some batteries that go with it. So that'll show you, Capcom. So let's go ahead and take this remaining leg out of here. We've taken the battery out of there, and now we're going to go ahead and put this fancy battery holder in. You're going to want to make sure your polarity is correct. And as you can tell, we have that side and this side going through just fine. And that's how it'll look. We'll go ahead and solder this through. You may have to sit on these legs for a couple of seconds, probably about 10 seconds, because it looked like the solder didn't want to adhere. So now we have our battery holder and it's securely in place. Go ahead and get our new batteries out of here. And there goes my glove. Thanks a lot, Capcom. And this customer is now set. Alright, it looks like Marvel vs. Capcom is good to go, and this customer will be set for a while, for at least a good 10-20 years. There's just one problem though. I have all of these to work on. So many more chances for Capcom. Well, hopefully I don't have to use a cheat code to beat them. Until next time.